Welcome to part 13 of this series, which is Nigeria between 1979 to 1983. So now, 1979 saw Nigeria return to democracy and civil regime, and this was under the leadership of President Alhaji Shehu Shagari. Now, Alhaji Shehu Shagari won the election with the MPN party, and although he didn't get the most votes, Obafemi Awolowo got the most votes, but he got to third majority of the votes contest. So he won the election based on that merit, because that merit is more important than getting the most votes. But both is important. So Alhaji Shehu Shagari became the president, and then boom, and Alex Ekweme the vice president, and something happened: corruption. So eventually the government was going fine. It still continued the Nigerian Pan-Africanist ideology, the Nigerian foreign policy of African first, and Africa as the centerpiece of foreign policy. In 1980, Nigeria hosted what is known as the Lagos Action Plan, which was an economic summit to encourage African states to unite their resources together to form a form of international economic bloc, which later on failed and which is still failing till today for so many obvious reasons, which I will not go into. So in 1981-82, the economy was having an issue, and then what he did was very simple. Shagari, instead of him blaming himself for the economic issue, his government blamed themselves for the economic issue. They blamed it on the Ghanaians, that they say it was the Ghanaians that were taking Nigerian jobs. And this was where the popular phrase and the popular bag we all know, the Ghana must go campaign, started. So a lot of Nigerians were like saying Ghana must go and everything. And the reason why Ghanaians were even plenty in Nigeria was that Ghana was in turmoil, especially in the late 70s with J.J. Rowling's activities as revolutionary leader, plus the military government that's eating Ghanaian money to make Ghana so broke that the Ghanaian cedis was worthless, which it is still worthless. The only thing now is that the Ghanaian cedis is just getting back to being strong. But then it was really worthless that a lot of them had to come to Nigeria to start working bricklayer, and this, like, coming to Nigeria was like Nigerians going to London. It was like abroad, because they work here, they save Nigerian naira, and they send it back to Ghana. They are big girls, oh. They're big girls. So big boys, depending, but it was mostly boys. So anyways, the thing was that they now blamed it on the Ghanaians, and this was where the popular campaign, the Ghana must go, must start. So in 1983, another election was held, and this time Shagari did what most politicians know how to do best: they rigged it. So eventually they won the election. October 1st, he was sworn in for his second term. But this term did not last for one simple reason. Our guy, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, did a coup and took over his government. And when he did a coup and took over his government, so eventually his second term didn't last up to 2 months. On December 31st, 1983, his government fell, and this saw the return of military rule under the leadership of Major General Muhammadu Buhari and Idi Agbon. Most historians tag it as Idi Agbon Buhari's regime. So let's look into it in our next chapter. Thank you.